And I am live. What gives a dick the right to tell a pussy what to do? Fuck Greg Abbott. And I'm going to talk to you just a minute about Obama and Kamala Harris. I'm going to read from my notes, everybody. So, hello, everyone. I'm Paul Wizzo. Got a couple of announcements that I'm going to announce before I cover my thoughts for today. That's probably going to be about 20 minutes on here or something like that. So I'm going to give out a big thank you to all my subscribers. I want to thank you for support and thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you 100%. If you'd like to subscribe to my podcast on YouTube, the link is in the description at Wizzo Talk. You can find me on YouTube, and also I'm on Spotify and Twitch. So if you'd like to subscribe, please go ahead and click that notification bell so that way whenever I go live, you will get a notification. I'm always looking for guests to join me on Wizzo Talk. I don't make shit, so I can't pay you shit. So if you're interested in being a guest, come on aboard. We'll welcome you with open arms. Don't worry about not having a topic to talk about because I have plenty of topics. We have a session called Barbershop Talk where the men get on there and we just talk about random things, random come up or random about whatever. Don't worry about it. You'll fit right on in. We also have one called Men versus the Women. And I'm also working on something called Beauty Shop Talk. I currently have about 3 women for that, and I'm looking for about 3 more women. If you don't like being seen on camera, don't worry about that. You can always cut your camera off. There's no big deal on that. You cut your camera off and just talk with your microphone. Now, excuse me. Mark your calendar. Mark your calendar for this important date. October the 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be going live. The topic will be Pathway to Unity. What will it take for Black people to unite as one? I'm going to encourage everyone to share the live. Share that live podcast. I put together, an awesome group of people that's been on Wizzo Talk before, and they coming up with different ideas. And they seem to always talk about something about unity. So mark your calendar for October the 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be going live. The topic will be Pathway to Unity. What will it take for Black people to unite as one? Last thing here on the announcements. If you have any thoughts, because this right here tonight, this just me coming on here sharing some of my thoughts with you. I got about 3 of them that I'm going to talk about, and they are my own thoughts. We all sit back, we think about stuff throughout the day. So I started making me a little note. And then I'm going to come on here from time to time on Tuesday sometime and maybe share them with you. If you have any thoughts out there that you'd like to share, either hit me up on Facebook, send them to me on Messenger. I'll either post them, or if you like to, even better, if you'd like to come on as a guest one time and share your thoughts. I'm not talking about having a discussion, but if you just like to come on and share your thoughts, we're more than glad to have you on for that. Those are the announcements. Take due notice thereof and govern yourself accordingly. So as I open up with what gives a dick the right to tell a pussy what to do? And I'm going to tell you where I'm going with that. What gives a dick the right to tell a pussy what to do? In 2021, according to my notes in Google search, over 391,098 children was in the United States living in foster care. That's down from 407,318. So where am I going with that? What gives a dick the right to tell a pussy what to do? I'm talking about abortion. I don't understand how the men, mostly all these motherfuckers up there that probably don't even have sex no more, can't have sex no more, all Republicans, going to try to tell a woman what she can and can't do with her body. Now, I don't know how y'all feel, but like I said, these are my thoughts. I own them, like my partner Jason Payne said on my podcast. These are my thoughts, and I own them. You may give me some feedback. You may not give me no feedback. Either way it go, they're still my thoughts. I don't think that them motherfuckers up there should be telling a woman what to do with her body. You're not saying she didn't make that baby herself. So why are you going to just tell her? Then you have the guy. What are you saying about the guys? You're not saying anything about the guys. So see, that's exactly why I couldn't run for any type of public office or anything. Because you come up to me talking about abortion and you against it and a woman can't do this and a woman can't do that. First thing I'm going to ask you is, how many kids have you adopted? Oh, you hadn't adopted any? You do realize there's over 390-some thousand kids in foster care? You worried about the unborn. What about the ones that are born already? So you hadn't adopted any kids? Get the fuck out my face. That's all I'm gonna tell you like that. So that's why I couldn't run for office. These are my thoughts, everybody. These are my thoughts talking about what gives a dick the right to tell a pussy what to do. In my opinion, absolutely not a goddamn thing. But that's just me. And you wonder why I said fuck Greg Abbott. And I'm gonna tell you why. So I just did a little research. I say, I wonder how much money did that motherfucker spend on busing the migrants to all the different cities and different things like that. So according to my Google search, he spent 148 million busing the migrants to different cities and different up into DC, I believe. So I say, this motherfucker right here. Again, these are my thoughts. These are only my thoughts. So I say, Greg Abbott, he just spent 148 million. I believe that's what I said. I didn't turn the page on my notes on shipping migrants. So I say, well, I wonder what that motherfucker did for the homeless. Since we got the homeless around here, he probably hadn't did a motherfucking thing for them. Well, on this one, I had to eat shit because according to my research, he done donated 52.9 million to 31 different organizations. I say, well, that motherfucker did. Well, I still don't like that motherfucker. Anyway, I'm just telling you how I feel about it. You know, busing migrants all the different across the county and stuff like that, spending that money. It's the thing about it. They don't have to ask us to spend our money. He's in that seat. He can spend it. Again, these are just my thoughts that I'll be thinking about throughout the day, and I write them down. So that's why I said fuck Greg Abbott. But I'm also going to make a point to that because when Obama was in office, I was hearing people say, you know, he hadn't done anything for black people. What has he done for black? What has he done for black? Well, first, he wasn't just in there for black people, even though he was a person of color. So that wasn't it. But if you look back, and I am not sure, but I know some of you guys out there and some of you ladies out there know exactly. Now, when Obama was in office, I believe that the Republicans controlled the Senate, which was Mitch McConnell. And I think the Democrats had control of the House. So if you think that Mitch McConnell, that motherfucker is already 2 days older than dirt, fixing to let Obama black ass pass something through the Senate, you got to be fucked up. So to the people that says he hadn't done anything or he hadn't done anything for the black people, well, do your research. That's my point on that. And seem like soon it's always the black people want to say, soon as you get a person of color running for a public office like that, they want to know, well, what has he done? What has the black person done for the black people? Well, you ain't asked that white man what have he done for you, but yet you want the black guy to be accountable. And it's just going on to Kamala Harris. One guy told me before, man, I want to see what she done. She ain't done shit for blacks. What if she done for black? She hadn't done this. She hadn't done that. Well, I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence. You can Google that shit and find out. You'll find out that she's done a whole lot for blacks. They say, well, all she done was lock them up and lock them up. Well, if she's the prosecutor, she can't say, oh, I'm not going to prosecute this black guy right here. I'm going to just prosecute this one here because he's white. So my point on all that right there is just do your fucking research. You quick to say, what has this person done or what has that person hadn't done for nobody? This black person hadn't done, Obama hadn't done this, Kamala Harris hadn't done that. Do your fucking research. And then you're probably going to say, well, we can't believe that. We can't check that. We don't know about that. Do your fucking research. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to come on here right quick. Like I say, I wasn't going to be long. What gives the dick the right to tell a pussy what to do? In my opinion, not a motherfucking thing. Those guys up there and all over Republicans pretty much is against abortion. Women are dying, having to go out of state and all that because they sitting up there saying that. But best believe, I'm talking about even in rape and incest, they talking about no abortion. Well, best believe if something happened to one of them motherfuckers, daughter, wife, or whatever, best believe they gonna ship their ass off somewhere. Matter of fact, let this Mandingo warrior over here impregnate his daughter or his wife or whatever or something like that. She gonna get her abortion. So that's just my thoughts on that. Again, these are just my thoughts. I have them every day. We all have them. If you like to come on the show sometime on Wizzo Talk and talk about some of your thoughts, I'd be more than glad to have you as a guest. To go back to Obama and Kamala Harris, when you get to talking about they hadn't done anything for black people, I've done the research on it, and I can name you a whole lot of things, but I'm not going into it. Do your own fucking research. Don't be so quick to say that they haven't done this, they haven't done that. And why are you asking them anyway? You want to see their policy. You want to see this about them and this about that. You didn't ask that about the goddamn white man. So why you want to ask that about her? I'm just saying. I'm Paul Wizzo. I just jumped on for a little bit, tell you guys about what was on my mind, some of my little thoughts for today, and ask you to make sure that you tune in for October the 2nd when we having a live podcast at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. The topic will be the pathway to unity. Why Black people, what will it take for Black people to unite as one? That's going to be some powerful shit. So I'm hoping that you guys will share the live for that podcast on October the 2nd. And please, I hope the comments blow up and we have a lot of different comments. It's going to be about 8 or 9 people on that podcast. And I think I have like 2 ladies that's going to be on there. And they're going to bring the fire. So that's just my thoughts for today. Take due notice thereof and govern yourself accordingly. It's Paul Wizzo. I'll let you boy.